Hello and welcome to Goddess Unhinged While Anchored. I'm your host, Goddess, and with me today is my beautiful new friend, Savagely Humble.
What's going on?
Welcome, Savagely. First, I have to tell you, your name is what really attracted me to you because it's a contradiction.
Yes, it's an oxymoron all the way.
Contradictions are my jam.
Yes.
Um,
People say it like when they first meet me, they go, savagely, isn't that like an oxymoron? I'm like, exactly. But like you said, that's what catch your eye. You like, who the fuck is calling themselves a savage? They're savagely humble. And it's always, it's always a meaning behind things. I will savagely whoop your ass and humbly make sure you're okay.
right.
There you go. So you pick and choose which version of me you want.
Exactly. I feel that. I often say that I operate in duality.
Mm,
And so I carry an ampersand on my necklace
mm-hmm.
um because it allows me that space to be two things at one time.
Understand? Yes, I'm
So,
her.
well, I'm gonna be honest. I did a little research, and I
Oh,
know that you and Ra, shout out to Ra, uh, like to talk. You guys were talking some smack last night about my book. But I just, I wanted to know a little bit more about you. And you just started
yeah.
last year.
Well, I started in November 2021, actually, but I started It's a Hard Not Life last year. So November 2021, I actually started podcasting with a group of females.
Mhm.
And we had a podcast called Queens with Attitude Podcast. We did good. We did up to a year. Also, we did like 40 something episodes or whatnot. But of course, working with a bunch of women, you got different personalities, different attitudes. Shit go up, shit go down, shit just go all around and around and around. So I mean, it worked out for the most part, but then it kind of started dwindling off. It's not completely like etched out, but nobody's doing nothing with it at the moment. Honestly, like my producer side of me is on. I want to get rid of it, but my partner like, nah, let's just find new girls to put on the show, and then you just do the background part. And I'm like, all right, maybe I could do that. But I've wanted to podcast for a couple of years now, and when I initially wanted to do it, I think it was right after the main wave of COVID.
Mhm.
And I'm like, shit, I should do this. Talking to my brother, he did all type of stuff like YouTube videos and stuff. And I was talking about it, but the time never, of course, was right to present itself. So when I initially got into it, I had just had foot surgery. I was in the house. I was stuck. I couldn't do nothing. I wasn't working. So I'm like, shit, perfect time to jump into something that I wanted to do. So I did that. And as that time progressed is when It's a Hard Not Life kind of came about. I was like, I was doing my producer duty. So people that was in our original podcast was putting out their podcasts by themselves and things like that. And I'm like, shit, all right, I done helped everybody else do theirs. Let me
Right.
do mine. So that's how It's a Hard Not Life came about. Of course, It's a Hard Not Life comes from my nickname that all my family and everybody know me by, which is Annie. So that's how It's a Hard Not Life came about. That's why the theme song for my podcast is Jay-Z's It's a Hard Not Life. Like it all just goes hand in hand with each other. And now everybody fucking won't leave me alone. Every time I talk to somebody, they're like, yo, you should do something with me. We should do a project. I'm like, I can't talk no more.
I was like, I'm running out of words.
I I don't know what else to say. So, but I'm enjoying it. Like, I really enjoy it. I haven't enjoyed something that I've done like this in a long, long time. So, like, I'm really like just taking it step by step, day by day. But I'm also doing a lot of leg work and things that'll be great in the long run. So it's not just like a hobby or whatever. Of course, it started that way, but now I've taken it too. I'm too serious about it now. Where I'm like, nah, all right, let's find all these different, outlets and things like that, and just from talking to different people like you and other people, who knows who's going to see me, who knows who's going to be attracted to my personality, like how you was drawn to
Well,
me.
I'm attracted to your
You know
personality.
what I'm saying? So you never know. That's why I just, and, you have your doubters and people that want to shit on what you're doing, and because they don't understand it. And I just be like, man, fuck you. I don't care what you're saying. Like, oh, so you don't go to work? Yeah, bitch, but all my pills is paid and I could go on trips. So mind your business.
And I'm trying to get there. I shared with you guys that I
Hmm.
quit my job and I have no plan, but I have
Sometimes it be
testimony.
like that.
I have testimonies like, I was like stressed and the account was in the negative, and I made that post about my daughter's father showing up and handing me a stack of money.
Hmm.
And this morning, yesterday, I got a notification of a negative balance. Today, I got a notification of a credit falling into the account.
See?
So I'm allowing these testimonies, and this is why I'm okay taking that chance, because God told me that this is the mission. God's spirit, however it
I'm with
reflects or
you.
resonates.
I am with you on that one. Yeah, I listen. Within the past year, it'll be almost a year. I've been through a lot of shit. I'm going through a divorce at the moment. I was in a whole domestic violence situation. Last June, I moved out of the house that I lived in to get an apartment to live with my daughters. You know what I'm saying? I lost my job then, didn't know what the fuck I was going to do, didn't have no type of income coming in at all, nothing whatsoever. And my kids at the time was with my mom for the summer, and I was on the verge of like, yo, just keep them because I can't do it. I'm here by myself. I'd rather be by myself fucked up than here with my kids fucked up. So I definitely, I got some shit that I could, man, we could have a conversation about all type of stuff. So I
my
definitely understand.
my daughter is 23. She was born in 2000. She follows the year. Her brothers, the twins, were taken by the state
Mm.
because I made a mistake. I was smoking crack and I left my son at home alone to go get it. But the girl who drove me was jealous that her boyfriend liked me. So she turned me in.
It's not funny, but it's funny
Yeah, it's
because
funny,
people
right?
people is crazy. Like people is weird. Like, are you serious?
So after I when my daughter was born, I was so scared that the state was going to take her. I had her at a different hospital because I wasn't logical.
Hmm.
I didn't realize that we get tapped into the system. So they knew that I had another
Hmm.
child probably before I did.
Yeah.
And but I had to hand her off to somebody for 2 weeks because I was living in a motel because the state was paying for me, but I wasn't eating, but
Yeah.
she was,
Yeah.
and I had to give her away. And then after that, my dad and his wife took me back, and I was like, fuck that. I will never, ever, ever hand another child off to somebody. And I've been through so much shit to ensure that they have stability. You know, it's
I
just,
understand that.
it's hard.
I definitely understand. Like, so I have my son to be 18. I didn't even hand him off, but he lives with my mom. That was,
Mm,
what I'm saying, his choice that he want to do. He loves his damn nana, been around his nana all his life. So I get
right.
it. I never felt no type of way or nothing. But some people be like, "Why's your son not with you?" I'm like, "Do you know how old my kid is? When my kid decided to stay with his nana, he was old enough to say, I want to live XYZ. And who am I to be like, oh hell no, you can't. He gonna be well taken care of. He gonna be fed. He gonna be clothed. I take care of him like he still live with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't
The
regret it,
location
but
of where
I be like,
makes
damn, I
a lot
wish he do live in the house with me because it's weird because it was me and him for 8.5 years before I had my first daughter. So
right.
that's all I knew was that kid. And when I kind of felt like he wanted to leave me, but it wasn't me. we was living in Pennsylvania at the time with my dad and my stepmom, and he just didn't rock with my stepmom. He like, I'm not trying to be here no more, which I understood. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not about to
Right.
put, and he has Asperger's, so I'm really not about to put my autistic son through extra strenuous shit
Right.
because of, oh, that's my kid, he need to stay away. Hell no, I'm gonna go make sure he's straight where he comfortable at and he good. I see my son multiple times a year. Shit, I was just with him. You know what I'm
You know,
saying? I see him multiple
that
times a year, so it don't bother me. um
I
it
think that
just
people
when
don't
people voice their
recognize.
opinions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard because people don't recognize that sometimes we have to make sacrifices. I'm raising my granddaughter
Hmm.
because I recognize that my daughter needed me to be her mom in this situation. And as a mom, I'm saying, girl, you are
Hmm.
not ready to be a mom.
Yeah, yeah,
And
pretty
that's
much.
not insulting her.
No,
It's
that's just
just
real.
she made a mistake and I'm not punishing her for it. And the baby is not a mistake. She's our baby, you
Right,
know? And so we're going to do what we have to do for her. And
right,
by that, she's going to stay with me in the stability that I've, you know, worked really hard to maintain.
right.
And you go figure yourself out.
You know, if more parents was like that, it'd be less children fucked up in the world. And not saying that parents should take on their grandkids because yeah, you had this child, this is your responsibility. But if you see that your child is struggling taking care of this child, why would you allow that child to go through that with them instead of just be like, yo, let me get them for XYZ. You got this amount of time to get your shit together or whatever. You know what I'm
We
saying?
would
You set that, you map that plan
intentionally,
out.
we would intentionally be giving them to the system. We are,
Right.
it's like, okay, yeah, I had the baby, I've raised the baby, but you know what? Now I don't want to deal with it anymore. And I recognize she's not mentally stable. And I'm going to put her into society so she hurts somebody so she can
Yeah.
be arrested so you guys
Right.
can be paid.
Right.
I'm good.
Come on. Yeah, no. Fuck that. But no, I mean, I was a teen mom, so I definitely understand. My son will be 18, I'll be 35. I did it, but I had what I'm grateful for is I had my mom. I
Mm,
lived with my mom damn near all my life. Okay. I've always lived with my mother. Even when I moved out, I went back to my mother. You know,
right.
so I always had my mother's help, regardless, no matter how much we fucking bickered and fight and argued. And I know if I need my mom to take my two daughters right now today, she'll say, Bring them fucking kids to Georgia right now." She'll tell
Right.
me right now, bring them kids to me. Because if I'm not able to, and I almost was at that point at when just earlier this year, I had a really bad depression state where I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck what these kids was doing in my house. I ain't 100% care how they ate. Like it was, and I don't like going through shit like that because it wears them down more than it wear me down. And I had to do one of those, bitch, realize who the fuck you are and snap up out of it. Like, you know who you are. This ain't even you. So why are we doing this? And that
Right.
was before I got to the depths of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was falling, but before I got to the bottom, I'm like, nah, because I've been to the bottom, and I know when I hit the bottom, it took me like a year to get out of that with kids. So, but I
And
had help around me. I don't
but
got
you know
that.
what? That's a great segue into the title of the show. And it is sexuality and sensuality because in none of that were you ever considering the feminine qualities of yourself, just the survival. And
Hmm.
so I think that's what a lot of people don't recognize is as women, we internalize a lot of things. And so that's one piece of us that we don't really share with a lot of.
Right. Most definitely. Most
And it's
definitely.
and it's funny because even with Raw, he was like, she's not sensual. It's because they always go to the sex piece of it. And
Hmm.
it's not even that, it's the vulnerable piece.
Hmm.
Because nowhere in there were you given the space to be vulnerable.
No, I've grown. The way I was raised was survive.
Hmm.
The way I lived was. do XYZ to survive. Never once was someone like, just let it out. Be free. Like just go. It was
Right.
always once you start expressing your feelings, motherfuckers get crazy. They like, oh my God. And I'm
And
like,
they back
damn.
away. But you have a double whammy as a Black woman
Right.
because you can't have emotion as a woman, but you really can't have emotion as a Black woman.
Fact.
And it's because there's a double whammy with us because then we're angry. We're not angry, we're just not being heard in the right voice.
They misconstrue frustration with anger.
Right.
I can be frustrated and not angry one fucking bit. But if I'm frustrated or agitated, you automatically assume that I'm this crazy, angry Black woman. And I'm far from it. Like someone would say, damn, you mad. And I'm like, well, if this is mad, I hate for you to actually see when I'm mad because I'm very calm. Mad does not, mad on me is this color.
Right.
Like physically, I
Right.
turn this color.
You
Like
literally gonna see some color
you're gonna
change.
see this color. Like if I'm mad, you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, run!" With that shit on TikTok, run. No, and I try my hardest to not let anything get me to that point. And the reason why Raw was saying that is because they see the hard exterior of me, but they don't know me deep down inside because that's not they're not supposed to know me like that because
Right.
that's for technically to me that's for the man that I'm with in love, and you're not supposed to know how soft I am. I'm
Right.
soft as butter though, but you're not supposed to know that. I'm not about to be walking around like, oh yeah, flowers and candies and rainbows and
Oh, I'm coming.
no.
I'm here. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, that's just me. That's my, and how they always say that's that New York shit. That's that Brooklyn mentality that
But
I
you know
have.
what? I'm gonna give you a little thing because I pay attention to people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when I'm watching you, I'm watching your mannerisms. I'm watching the things that you're not saying. And so as we were talking, when I was on your show, Twinning Them, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I your lip lady. So when you're kissing, you like to suck and bite and everything. Like the lips are big for you.
Hey, shh. I don't be out here kissing.
But I noticed that about you, but that wouldn't be something anybody else would naturally pay attention
Of
to.
course not. Of course not.
And so I think that's kind of what Unhinged While Anchored is about. Is it's really just an opportunity for you to recognize that people see you. And I am here to see everybody. I see you. And it's amazing what you do. Like the energy on your show, your guests. I'm telling you, what's his name? The comedy guy, Z Flow.
Z Flow. Uh-huh.
Girl, he had me weak. The ketchup and mustard on a peanut butter
On
and
the
jelly.
peanut butter and jelly, we was really like, what are you talking about? Like,
Like,
I don't even eat peanut butter and jelly, nor do I eat ketchup. So you
I
fucked
just
me up
wanted
with
to
that.
hug him because somebody hurt him. Somebody has hurt
We was
him.
trying to really understand why would you eat that in your
Or
stomach.
smelling the credit cards. Like, no,
Oh,
what do you do?
I forgot about that. Yeah. I'm just start smelling. See, but that's the thing with my show. Even though it's about music, talking to the artist, and it's more than music. That just was the sole thing from when I started. But as I kept going, I'm like, I don't want to just talk to rappers and singers. So I always say I talk to a variation of artists, and that is a wide range of rappers, singers, poets, fucking painters, authors, whatever you name it. You know what I'm saying? I that's what I want to talk to. And then with the beauty section is cosmetics, skincare, hair care, things like that. And fashion is really solely, I don't even know why I say fashion because I only talk about sneakers. But it's mainly about sneakers because that's those three things, except for the makeup and shit, I don't care for it too tough. But like skincare, hair care, the artistry and sneakers. Those three things are me. So that's why I talk about those things. But I put the makeup in there because I got female friends that love this type of stuff and lashes. I just don't get jiggy with it. Don't mean I can't talk about it. I know
There used to
different
be
things
times
about it.
my colleagues that I used to work with, they used to call me Tish Kardashian because
Oh, you used to be lit up, huh?
I had the lashes, I went full glam, because
But I don't,
I
just
had to
because I
fill
don't
in.
like it don't mean I see something wrong with it. I don't do makeup. I don't
I
do
had to fit in. You
lashes.
see, right now,
I get it. I get you.
I've
Yeah,
just gone on. I don't.
listen. I get that solely. I never not. I just, the only thing that I have an issue with, and I've always had this discussion. I said it plenty of times, is when it's too much makeup. When it's too much goddamn makeup, like what are we doing? Who are you hiding? Is the
I
question.
love drag shows. I just don't want
I
to
do
be.
too. I love them too. I just don't want to put that shit
Yeah,
on though.
that just looks heavy.
It looked
You
like it
know.
hurts.
Yeah, it
But
does.
if you want to wear makeup, do you, baby darling? Just know I'm gonna have a good chapstick for these
Right.
good luscious
It's
lips.
so funny. We talk about paying attention to synchronicities a lot in
Watch me
spirituality.
put my lip chap on too.
But my lips have never chapped. I'm not somebody who gets chapped lips, and my lips are chapped. And I'm like, and
As
I
we talk,
know,
go ahead. Look.
yeah, and I know that I've introduced the vape.
Uh-huh.
I quit smoking, but I have to have some kind of my ADHD. I've noticed that if I don't have some kind of repetition,
Of your
I
hands doing this or something. Yeah.
I kind of manic out a little bit. And so it's kind of my way of just keeping myself a little bit more in control. Um,
Understandable.
and they're very minimal. They're like 5%, 3%,
Okay.
0%. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. So it's not really like you getting the full on cigarette type vibe.
right.
You just getting a little taste. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going through the
I'm
motion.
trying to get rid of these, but it's a task. It's a
Yeah.
black. Just don't take my weed, and I'm
Don't take that.
okay.
Even in that capacity, I do the cartridges. I don't
Hmm.
really do tree because I, for one, don't like the smell. I love the smell of it. I don't like to smell like it.
Ah, gotcha. So
And so,
I'm both ways. I go with
oh, so
whichever
you're a
way the
bi
wind
smoker.
blows me.
You're a bi smoker.
Yeah, I'll
We're
have
gonna
my pen.
we're gonna have all these new sayings by the time I enter
By
everybody.
smoker, I'm about to start
Bi
using
smoker.
that. Oh
You're a
shit,
bi
I'm
smoker.
a by smoker. Yeah, so I have my pens and my carts and stuff, and then I'll go buy half a weed and be sitting on it though, because I go from both to both. I don't just smoke it all one way. I might I don't smoke no cigars and none of that shit. So
Mhm.
I'm a paper lady, and I smoke cones at that. So I might pack me a cone, smoke that, and honestly, 30 minutes later, I might hit my pen to boost that up. So I won't even touch my weed no more for the rest of the day,
Right?
because I'm like,
Is
I'll
it
just
weird
hit the
that we
pen.
now got that part of life that we kind of have to trick our body a little bit so it recognizes that we still want to get high?
And you want to know what's so crazy? So I live in a military town because my kid's father is in the military. So
Uh-huh.
before I moved here, smoking, like, people. So when I tell people that I wasn't smoking, they looking at me like, "Bitch, you're not doing it." Like, it was a really, like, they was like appalled
Offended.
that I stopped smoking, because that's how much I smoke. Like, that's what people knew. You knew when you seen me, I was gonna be like this. I was gonna be chunky. Like, there's no eyes.
But
One or the
we were
other.
raised smoking with Cheech and Chong, so we know the appropriate ways to do it, right? But you can tell these younger kids they didn't grow up with Cheech and Chong.
Nah, I don't know what the fuck they grew up with crackheads, and so they
They
lost.
kind of put all kinds of crazy stuff. Just get
I'm
high,
just
not
give me
die.
Look,
We're
just give
trying
me
to
the
get high, not die.
what
That's
I be
gonna be.
telling. Give me
There's
some trees. I don't know about all that other shit y'all talking
there's a
about. I
shirt.
just
I want to get high, not
I
die.
don't want no Reggie, but give me some shit that's gonna have me sky high, and that's it. I don't want nothing that's gonna cause my heart to beat fast or feel like I'm having a panic attack. Like, I don't want that. Give me something that's actually gonna make me go to sleep. I'll take that. If it makes me go to sleep immediately, I know you got a winner. Cause
I'm
shit.
telling you, it's just crazy. I
But
can't
yeah,
even begin to
it's so many drugs now. I'm like, damn, when I was a kid, it was just crack, coke, and heroin. Where the fuck did
acid.
all these other drugs come from?
I
Oh,
remember in
and
high
meth.
school.
And
I,
meth. That was it. Like,
in
where
high
the fuck
school,
did this come
I
from?
did a tab of acid
Mm-hmm.
after school, and
How
it
did that
hit.
feel?
It hit at the concert hours later because I was in choir, and I was standing on the riser, and so I started to kind of sway a little bit, and then I had this panic attack that I was singing at the wrong moment. I never did it again. That was it. Like, embarrassment is something that I try to avoid at all costs. And so the fact that I was living my nightmare
Yeah.
in my brain and it wasn't happening in front of all these people.
Said, hell no, I'm not touching this shit again.
I'm good. I am good on that. You know, I come from a very colorful existence, and I think the more people get to know little pieces about me, they're gonna be like, "Holy
Yeah,
shit!"
I mean, we all tried a little something. Now, I ain't all right. So I didn't never play with my nose, never hit a pipe. The only pipe I hit had weed in it. You know what I mean? Shit like that, right?
I've had some nose candy.
Yeah, I never did that. I don't even like the way Flonase feel up my nose, so I know I'm not snorting nothing. You know, that's how I feel about it. Like, I don't even
My
like nasal spray.
my veins are free except for medical
See,
necessity.
that's it. Me too. I'm not shooting shit, but a gun. You know, fuck.
I've
But
actually never fired a gun.
oh, we got to get you to
I
the gun range. We got to get you to the gun
I've
range.
been trying. Ain't nobody here, like, because I know that I'm gonna go get a gun in the
Yeah.
next little bits. You
Mm-hmm.
know, my daughter's father's not gonna be excited I shared that on the show, but you know, here we
It is
are.
what it is. I mean, the world that we live in, shit, everybody should have a gun. I'm sorry.
He wants me to have one. He just doesn't want me to tell people that I have it.
Well,
But do
just
you
because they know I have it, don't mean they know I got it on me.
right?
Hmm.
So, you know, but I am definitely trying to come out of this existence of innocence. Like, I'm always going to be who I am. Um, I intentionally don't watch the news. I don't do anything that's going to color my judgment against people because
Right.
I'm going to give you a chance. So I might not like you the first time I meet you because I'm an empath and you could be having a really bad day and you're giving me some bad vibes.
Right. Right.
And so I'm going to give you another opportunity. And because of who I am, I'm going to give you a third opportunity in case the second one you might have, you know, not had, you were better, but we're still in that ramp up period. I really,
Bless your heart. You is way better than me, because fuck them.
I, I really believe in people, and I know that love is magic. And the reason I know that is because I made a comment on Dramo's show last night. Shout out to Dramo.
Shout out to
I,
Drabo.
you know, about, oh my gosh. So one bad thing about me is I will lose my train of thought if I get a second thought while I'm in the thought. So
yeah, I will too.
I totally just forgot where I was going. I know it was on Dramo's show, but
That part. About the love and something else. Yeah.
yes,
I know, right, girl? No.
maybe I forgot because it was meant only for Dramo's show.
Probably so.
So we'll just let that go. And
Hey,
we'll let
babe.
her have that share.
We'll
But
see it on the show.
yes, you'll see it on Dramo's show. Psychopath.
There
Check
you
her
go.
out and subscribe.
Check it out. I do
But
it all the time. Goddess, don't even worry about it. I'd be in the middle of having a whole interview and I'm like, fuck. I was gonna ask you something, but what the fuck was it? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. Fuck it. We human. We are allowed to fuck up. And then keep pushing. As long as you're able to fuck up and keep going, that's all that matters. Keep
well, and I
going.
think,
Sure.
and this is probably more deep than a lot of people are expecting, but this is kind of how I roll.
Mm-hmm.
I am building a community because I know I'm going to need it soon.
Okay.
Um, and like I told Raw this morning, I cry a lot. So if I do, deal with it. Okay. Just suck it up and deal with it. This is my fucking show. Um,
That fucking part. The fuck? Click
um,
off if you don't want to watch. Shit.
but my daughter's father has cancer
Okay.
and it's getting worse. And so I know I've never been in a position like that before. I've never been
Mm-hmm.
in that situation. And I've never been in that situation while healing. So
So
I don't
that's something
know.
to add on top of what you're already trying to get through. Yeah, that's a little. You're on the seesaw
And
now. You're like shit.
yeah. And because I operate in duality, I can very easily slip into darkness. And
Mm,
I call myself the goddess of chaos because I
okay.
am both light and dark. And because I don't always have an anchor, I
Mm-hmm.
can I can easily slip into the darkness. And so I create a community because I am now in a world that if you guys don't see me post, somebody's coming to look for me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
Especially out of us that you met. Hell yeah, we're gonna be
right.
like, hey,
Yeah,
what's
like what's
going
going
on?
on? Goddess is not,
We ain't
especially
seen
because of
nothing.
how loud I post,
We
you
ain't seen
know.
nothing. Where the fuck she at? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And now it's my actual phone number has now made it into the realm,
See,
because Ra
yeah.
and I were on a phone call and everything happens intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
And even he said, you came into the right group of people, but I know that there might be a moment that I need somebody to remember I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I've got demon and I've got that, but I can still get lost
Of
even
course.
in his arms. So it's it's definitely what I'm trying to do is just build that Celtic braid because somebody's gonna come check on you.
You know something with these group of people that you're coming into fruition with and meeting, and we all met each other by accident.
I
Like
know. I heard
we
this story this
we
morning.
all just come into, like, nobody meant to meet each other. Nobody was supposed to meet each other. It just all happened
So
accidentally.
I actually want to push back on you and tell you that it happened the way it was supposed to happen.
No, I believe that 100%. But
Because
just thinking about it, how it happened, you're like, well, what
I
the
heard
fuck?
I heard the origin and I was
Hmm.
like,
Oh yeah, it
that's
was definitely meant to be.
it's kind of funny because if you think about the situation, it in itself is a contradiction like your name.
Hmm. That is true. That is
And
true.
so that's why your relationship with Ra is so fitting because it is a contradiction like your name.
That's my boy. Can't stand his ass, but that's my boy.
I'm beginning to not stand him either, so it's
I just
okay.
want to say on this show, fuck Raw.
Fuck
Thank
Ra.
you.
There you go.
Yes.
Respectfully,
No,
dis-
disrespectfully. Fuck this guy. Nah, that's honestly, I know he probably talked about it, but that's my brother for sure. Like, people that he's known thought we known each other for years. That's how we just like instantly was like, and people be tripped out about it. Like,
it's supposed to
I'm
happen.
like, that was
Just the same
it.
way with Demon. It just
Yeah.
happened. it's just the way it's supposed to be. And I absolutely love the both of you.
I'm just
I
trying to find a man like that. Can I find a man that I click with like that? Like a man for me, not him as a man, but a man for me. Like, damn, where are you, sir?
are
Find
you?
me. Shit. Hey,
You
I'm
know what?
here.
I told you the story that, Demon was by accident. So
Yeah,
maybe
I'm sure.
yours is coming by accident.
I think I'm
He's
just in the
probably watching
wrong
your show.
prop. Every time I get on the show now, guess what I'm gonna say? Hey, boo, it's me. I know you watching. I'm still waiting. Don't worry.
Yes. Hey, boo.
Don't
Yes.
take half of the shit I say serious. I just be kidding.
Like,
Yes.
we
Yeah.
operate in duality.
Yes.
We
Don't
operate
worry
in
about it. Cause I'm gonna be the same way when you get here. Don't worry, I won't change. No,
duality. But
I definitely feel like I'm in the wrong place. You know, where I'm at is not I that's how I feel, but it's not no telling that. It could be somebody right here where I'm at, and I'm just overlooking them because the way I look at where I live, the town I live in, I'm like, these is fucking walking. These people is walking dead. They know that they did drugs all their life, and then you have the military people. You just like, yeah, I
but
don't want to deal with
I
this.
I am a walking testimony to stop looking.
Oh no, I'm not looking. Trust me, I'm not. The
You
only thing I'm
know
looking for is some penis to jump on every now and then. You know.
that I have no problems with that.
Right,
I just
neither. But I'm just saying, if I'm looking for something, that's what I'm looking for. I ain't looking for no relationship. When it comes, it's gonna come. It's gonna be organic. I definitely 100% know that. I don't force shit with nobody. And I think honestly, I know for a fact I probably pushed away the right person a million times. You know
you
what I'm
didn't
saying?
you can never push away what's intended for you.
Okay. Well, I might have pushed away a good motherfucker for that moment at
Nope.
that time. No, I can't have
Nope.
a good for just the moment.
You can have somebody who is meant for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
but if that moment was not supposed to be, you didn't push them away. It just wasn't supposed to be.
Okay, well then fuck all you niggas. Ha.
Fuck all you niggas.
God has
Exactly.
said so.
But
But
it's
no, I
true.
just feel like
Nothing meant for you will miss you.
yeah,
Nothing meant
that
for you
makes
will.
sense. I just feel like the way I am now, honestly, is and this goes with meeting guys on these dating apps or whatever in person, however the case may be. I'm so short that I think I don't sometimes give people the chance or the opportunity to even get out because I'm big on consistency. If
Mhm.
you tell me you're interested in me, there's no reason why we're not talking not all day, but shit. Every day give me
So
a 10 minute time zone frame and I'm good with that. Cause I know I'm on your mind at least at some point, but you all that
so
three,
but
4 days later, that shit is crazy.
I I actually went through that with Demon, and I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you that it took me a long time to recognize that that was something that I needed, but I never asked them why they didn't need it.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And so that created a different conversation because I need that. And I just expect them to give that to me because
Right.
I need it. But I don't ever take the time to recognize that why is that not important to you? Because maybe there's a compromise that can happen where I don't necessarily look for it in this way, but I
Mm-hmm.
look for it in the way that you are able and comfortable to communicate it.
Okay. And and being that you say he's a Taurus too, I kind of get the whole play you to the left type shit because that's me. But I don't know if it's just me as a woman or is it just our zodiac sign. I don't not crazy, but I like a chase. Like act like you trying to get me. Like put some effort into you actually trying to get to know me or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to show me that this is something that you're trying to get into for me to even get into it.
So, but are you also willing to accept it in their language? So you have your expectations. So let's say red roses are your thing. What
Mm-hmm.
if they brought you a yellow carnation? would you be willing to accept the carnation? That's kind of the conversations that we have to have, because we miss that we're getting exactly what we're asking for. It's just not in the language that we are accustomed to hearing.
Now look at you. Hold on. Let me put. God damn it. No, I never thought about it that way. That's actually a good way of putting it and thinking about it. No, I've never thought about it that way. I just, if you don't do XYZ in the time frame that I feel like it should be done, on to the next.
And that's
And
when we miss an opportunity.
I think that's why I say I think I'm definitely I might have
You're
or
missing the carnation while looking for the rose.
yep. So I'm just this wrinkled shirt is really fucking with me.
Girl, you look beautiful. Stop
I
it.
don't know if you see me do this a few times, like this is gonna make them come out, but yeah.
I
But
just
anyway,
really felt that you were hard up and you like touching yourself. It's okay.
oh, I do, but not my titties ain't up here. Shit, they a
I
little
don't
bit
know
low.
where your erogenous zones are. It could just be a thing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Wrong show. But no, I think with me being that way is definitely like stopping certain things and things like that. And I'm grown enough to acknowledge that that's where I'm fucking up at. But how is the question of how am I going to change it? I'm still there trying to figure that part out.
I can
But
give
that's
you
just
a
me.
little bit of a secret.
I like secrets. What's that?
Voice it. So every time you get triggered, you don't have to communicate it to the person. Just put it out into the universe. So let's say that you're talking to your guy, this person that you're interested in, and they don't text you back within your 30-minute time frame. Let's just put numbers on it. So you look, oh my gosh, I just scrolled. I'm going to get back there because this one's important. Okay.
I love this shit. I love this type of shit because it's so organic. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I feel like and I know a lot of people write their shows so they have their talking points, but I feel like it don't be organic when you write your show and you reading off of something. When you just going with the flow, but you know what your topic is. If you created a topic for your show, you should be able to talk about it without talking points, right? Because it's a topic that you feel like this is something you can discuss. And right. I get the token points to kind of keep track of certain things. That's cool to write your questions down at least. But in the flow of things, shit, keep going. I want to see you fuck up 3 or 4 times because I feel like that's what makes it real. When it's so staged, I be like, I don't even want to. Like, I will turn off a podcast if I feel like it's too staged and they done edited a lot of shit that yeah, I will click off that mug in a heartbeat. Like, no, give me some raw uncut. That's why I go live. So if something fuck up, y'all gonna hear me talking shit about it being fucked up. Like, damn, my computer done fucked up. Or if one of my guests fucked up, hey, you got your shit together. This is gonna be all on my recording. When you listen to it audio, you're gonna be like, oh, them niggas was really having technical difficulties over there. Like, I want you guys to hear that raw and uncut type of vibe. But anyway.
Okay, I got it back. So the trigger.
I helped you.
You did. So you recognize that the guy you're talking to triggered you, and it wasn't something that he actually did. It just made you remember something because you're conditioned to respond that way. And so you voice it out loud and you take away its power. And you'll notice every time you start voicing your triggers outside, every time somebody does something that triggers a past memory, you'll unravel a knot in your spaghetti, like I say, and you're trying to get to the lady in the tramp moment where you can kiss yourself. And so if you take away the trigger's power, the people you're interacting with no longer have that power over you, and you can start to learn to appreciate the person versus paying attention to what you've determined are red flags.
Okay, I got that. Hold on. Let me write that down. No, I understand that. And I have certain conversations with certain friends where I know I'm in the maturing stage. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you, I'm childish as hell. I do some childish shit. I know I do, and I need to grow up because I'm halfway to. I'm
No,
almost
you
to
don't.
40.
You don't need to
Not
grow up.
not in a major way, but certain things I do have to grow up. I'm gonna be goofy as hell all my life. That's no. I'm not taking that
I
out.
know how you mean it, and I'm still telling you, no, you
No.
don't.
Okay.
And
Well,
I'm
fuck
saying
it.
you know you don't because it's our inner child that drives us.
Mm-hmm.
And so we need to allow them that dream space. And
Mm.
so your podcasts are built off your inner child. So why would you ever take away her voice?
That's true, because I loved me some Annie when I was a kid. Ain't that some shit?
So, I think
Yeah.
that's where it's really important that you
Okay.
allow and give yourself that space because we can still mature and heal and head towards who we're destined to become without losing who we were. And I think that's where a lot of people fall off on the healing journey is they think they have to let go of who they were in order to
Mm.
be who they're becoming. And you
Yeah.
don't because it's all together.
And so I agree with you on that because I have these conversations with my mom and she's like, so are you're ever gonna change you're just gonna always have that type of attitude? I'm like, yeah, who am I changing for? Like what am I changing for? If you can't deal with me the way that I am, and it's for anybody, if you can't deal with me the way that I am, then don't fucking deal with me. Like keep it pushing. Go that way and I'm gonna
As
stay right
long
here.
as long as you have room to expand.
Yeah, I'm not stuck in one box, but my personality is my personality. I'm not
Right.
gonna change my personality for nobody. I'm sarcastic as fuck. I can be rude as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that I know triggers other people, but that's a you problem, not a me problem. So because you can't handle it, don't mean I gotta change how I
I
am.
I told Demon that when people actually see him, they're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like, "What in the entire
What the fuck?
like what's going on here?" And he laughed because he knows that I'm not saying I'm better than him. It's
But that's
not,
how people look at things.
but I know how society is gonna see us as a
Mm-hmm.
couple,
Mm-hmm.
and I have that safe space with him that I can tell him that. I told him, I said, I could tell you every single flaw I see in you. And I will kiss every single one of them because I
Oh,
don't care.
motherfucking cat. Now that's what you call love. For real. Like when you love somebody, that shit don't matter. It don't matter. The things that other people see about them that makes them feel uncomfortable or some sort of way is probably the things that you love the most about that person. You know,
Right.
like that's it. See, here goes some shit they don't know. I'll be talking. Here you go. Right? When you love somebody, a lot of but when you love somebody, you're supposed to accept them flaws and all, right?
Hmm.
So you either know what you're getting to or you may find out some shit afterwards, but you have the option of accepting it or not accepting it. You have an option of talking about it or not talking about it. But when you love somebody, they got certain things that other people gonna point out. 100%, that's the shit you love the most. That's what you love the most about that person. I had a motherfucker tell me, "Oh, he's ugly." I said, "Nigga, I love ugly niggas. What are you talking about?
Right.
Give me one any day of the goddamn week because I don't want nobody as pretty as me or or prettier than me. We gonna have a damn problem.
There's got to be a contradiction.
It gotta be opposites attract all the time. I need the opposite person of me, but the same as me. Makes
Demon is my
absolutely no
reflection.
sense.
Demon is my reflection.
Total
So
opposites, but get along perfectly well. People don't get that.
it's really weird with Demon because where I'm soft, he's
Mm-hmm.
strong. But at the same time, when we're together, I feel like he's older than me. Just there's a different energy with him that it's almost like we've been here before, we've shared this dance,
Mm-hmm.
but we're doing it right this time. And it is so weird because when he gets here, I become super chatty and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
all the words that I haven't spoken to him in the time that we've been apart come out of my mouth. And then we go do what we do, which is amazing. And then I go
I
even
know that's
more into
fucking right.
chatter. And then I get, because we have an energy exchange when we're
Mm-hmm.
together. So then afterwards, I've got my energy and his energy, and then I'm on overdrive, and I'm like, and it's just, and he just laughs at me. He's like, "You're so silly," and it's just the cutest thing, and I'm just like, only for you.
Those are the best parts, though. Those are the best parts. That's some shit like that would be me. Like if this is the person that I'm like 100% like into, like I'm whatever, even if it's not just love just yet, but I'm like, this is the person like I'm tapped into solely, nothing else. I'm like that too. I become a little fucking kid. I'd be like, oh my god, like I just want to. Oh, it's crazy because if people do see that side of me, they really look at me. I'm telling you, they look at me like, "The fuck are you doing?" I'm like,
I'm telling you, the minute I
this is
saw
me.
you on DC's What the Shit, shout out to DC.
Whoop.
The minute I saw you, I knew I wanted you for this show. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I knew that there was a piece of you that none of them had seen, and I was going to give it to them. And that's going to be what makes me me. So my third episode is where they're going to see who I really am, because I turned the humble into the savage.
Now let me tell y'all something though. When y'all do see this, y'all hear me talking, don't get it misconstrued or conflicted. I still will fuck you up.
Absolutely. Don't. Yeah, she come hard.
Thank you. Don't let this pretty smile. Don't let this pretty smile fool you, but I will fuck you up.
Subscribe to the Patreon, because
that wouldn't give you a little. That one had you a little confused. But no, they so used to me. Like I said, they so used to me with the hard exterior and me just being so goddamn rough and talking all that crazy shit that they don't believe that I have any type of soft side to me or any type of anything. But Ross said it. Ross said, if you ever get with a dude, if you get you a man or whatever, you get in a relationship, we're not gonna see you. I said, yes, you are. He said, no, we're not gonna see you. I said, nigga, yes, you are. Like, this is what I do. He like, you might do your show. He said, you might do your show, but we're not gonna see you on our shows. I said, okay, maybe so. Granted, not all the time, but yeah. He said, yeah, I already know. I was like, okay, as long as you know. No, nobody feelings won't get hurt. But no, I definitely, if I get with somebody, I'm definitely in tune with them. I don't cut my people off, but you see a little less than me because I'm trying to establish something with this person. So this is going to take a little bit more time to do versus getting it,
right.
That I didn't talk to y'all 100,000 hours. I could miss a couple conversations with you.
Right. I'm still here.
So
I'm still here. So, before we go into the end where you give us your long CVS list of where we can find you,
goddamn,
I want to put you on the goddess seat.
Okay.
And so I just want you to know, and I'm going to make you uncomfortable. I'm sorry, because this is what I do.
Do it.
I want you to know that I love you and I see you. And I think you are so amazing. I really, really do. I love your energy. I love your spirit. I love the fact that you're putting on these people that are building a name, and you're going out and finding them. You're bringing them to you to put them into your platform. And that's exactly what I appreciate. And I am giving you your flowers. And that is what I plan to do, is just to love on people, and just because that's the energy that we need to push forward. And that is going to be the energy that's going to bring everybody to our cast,
Oh yeah, for sure.
So now, as we come to the 55-minute marker, I am going to give you the floor, madam, and please tell everybody where they can find you.
Okay, so this is how this goes. Now, You can definitely catch me every Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on It's a Hard Not Life podcast. I'm streaming on all streaming platforms. Also, It's a Hard Not Life is on all social media platforms as well. What the fuck else am I on? Catch me on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on What the Shit podcast, co-hosting with the guys DC and Chris. What that boy name is? Chris Ferry. God damn it. Him. Yep. Then you could catch me on Twin Them podcast with my boy Raw Assass. That one you have to go subscribe to on Patreon to go see the wild and craziness because it's a lot of shit you may come across that we can't put on YouTube.
Right.
Also, shit, I got one more. I got two.
Yeah,
more.
like the Wednesday morning one on Opulence Radio.
Right. So
come on, lady.
When you got too much shit going on, you can't remember. Catch me on Wednesday mornings. I can't remember the time right now. Wednesday mornings, It's a Hard Not Life morning show with your girl Savagely Humble on Opulence Radio. You can either download the app or go to opulenceradio.com for that. And also starting on Thursdays, because we was on Wednesday, starting on Thursdays, 5 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, so 6 p.m. Eastern. You catch me co-hosting with my boy Mr. Best on Issa Savagely Intellectual Soapbox podcast. That shit is too long. I'm gonna tell him about that too. But yeah, that shit is a lot. And he don't even be remembering what the fuck it's called. That's how you know I didn't have nothing to do with it. I just showed up.
Right.
He was like, "Hey, I want to do something with you." I'm like, "All right, cool." He was like, "All right, boom, here it's done." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, shit, here we are." And I am the producer extraordinaire. I do produce at least 4 of the 5 that I'm on. Yeah, 4 of the 5 that I'm on. I produce, and I'm always out here, loving to sprinkle my razzle dazzle on anybody's shit that tap in.
If you guys don't already, please subscribe because she will have you pee in your pants on many occasions. And she is the professional multitasker. So she is going to be looking down, but she hears every single word you say.
You better understand me because I do be having to look at my telly, but I do come back and answer what you said. Like, I don't miss a beat.
Professional multitasker.
I may look off the screen. You may think I'm not paying you no mind, but I could be looking at the phone and still talking to you. Yes, that is me. I does that. Sorry if I offend anybody by doing that, but we still get through it.
Well, I appreciate you popping my cherry.
I know I'm the first. Oh.
So that's why there's no screen in the background because I haven't learned how to do that yet. I haven't mastered all of the technical mumbles to go, but that's okay.
You got time and you know us.
I do. I've got the insiders. So thank you so much for coming to Goddess Unhinged while anchored. I'll get there.
Don't worry about it. Shit, you should have heard me record my first morning show. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, so it's okay.
And as always, thank you so much for waking up today. I love you. And be nice. It's easy.